Hello, everybody. I'm just being silly. This is Brandon here with ExpeditiousFool.com, putting mindfulness in motion here with your morning motivation. Today, what we're going to talk about is response, right? So, not everything needs our response. You know, a lot of times people talk about mindfulness and they talk about, responding versus reacting, etc. But not everything needs our response. Now with that, it can go on the other side too far as well. We can get into habits where we're not responding to active situations that are presented in our lives, or being active participants in the loved ones of our lives, noticing things because we're so far up here, so yes, there is an unhealthy version of non-reaction or non-responding, where the people feel that you're not attentive to them or mindful to them, and that varies based off of different levels of healing and attachment styles and things of that nature, right? But essentially what we're getting into is responding. Not everything needs your response. So things that get you fired up sometimes you could just sit back, breathe, right? Sometimes when I definitely feel this a whole lot with my setup, my setup, as far as sometimes it can get intense, the feelings that you have in your heart. Sometimes it can get very, very strong. And the key to success in this situation, and no, I wouldn't say I'm a master in this. This is something that I'm working on. This is something that we're all working on. But the key is to take that moment when you feel that intensity, and that's kind of your cue to start breathing. If the feeling's intense, you probably shouldn't respond, right? Both ways. It's a Buddhist phrase. I don't know where it's from or where I heard it originally, so I can't cite the sources. But it's referring to love, and they're saying that the Buddhist masters say that if you meet somebody and it's totally uncontrollable and you've never felt this way, and it's so intense, that you should run the opposite direction. Meaning that even though it seems good, that's the point they're trying to illustrate, is even though that something seems good, if it seems way, way, way too good, there's going to be a drop down of sorts, meaning there's guaranteed suffering in that situation. Whereas you should seek out more balanced situations from the get-go, right? Because when they're more balanced, it's easier to properly respond when you need to. Then you may not have to regulate, oh, well, I don't need to respond to this, right? Sometimes it can be an environmental shift. But either way, we have to do that shadow work, looking inward to ourselves when we're responding to situations that are getting us agitated, that really don't need to. Sadhguru makes a bold statement, which I really, really like, which is angry equals stupid, right? And I've actually started to use this now. I love a lot of positive talk with myself now, because I did a lot of negative talk for 30-some years. So I do like a lot of positive talk, but I do use this, and it has been helping. When I start to get angry, I'm like, angry is stupid, because when I'm angry, I only hurt myself. When I'm angry, I only hurt myself, right? So then it kind of has been allowing me to keep my cool a little bit longer, keep chill, keep relaxed, to both respond when I have to properly, and then on the flip side of that is also know when not to respond. And for somebody like my personality, that's one of the reasons why I'm speaking on that. It's more, kind of taking a step back a lot of times, because I'm a communicator. I'm good with a response, or reaction, either way, depending on how good of a day I'm having, right? How much mindfulness, how much maintenance I've put in, right? So that's what we're looking at, that as far as to remove some of that response. Which responses can you remove, and and then on the other side, which responses can you respond to better? What situations can you respond to better? So that's the two sides of the coin, right? And when you do that with situations, those situations are better when you're fully present and mindful with it. So you're responding properly, like as in with the proper intent that you'd like to convey, right? So then the perception is reality. That person has a proper perception of you. Same thing with removing yourself and not responding is with relationships. Sometimes that can then, as well as responding, actually giving properly. On the other side, when we remove that response, it also teaches people, how we are and what it is we value and things of that nature. So it goes both ways on the response side. This is the reason why it's a very, very big shadow work topic. It's the reason why it's something I recommend that you spend some time with today. So that's what I have for you for our morning motivation. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day on purpose out there, and enjoy responding accordingly. All right. Thank you so much, everybody.